Explosions and gunfire rocked Cal State University East Bay this past weekend as law enforcement from throughout the Bay Area joined the FBI to take part in a training exercise on our campus called Urban Shield.
Alfresco welcomed a large crowd of incoming and returning students with music, free food, and everything East Bay has to offer.
East Bay's cross-country team ran their last meet at Baylands Park in Sunnyvale on Saturday before the 2011 CCA Championships this Saturday.
A series of theater and dance performances are set to hit the stage this fall quarter.
All of this straight ahead on another edition of Pioneer Web TV News. Hello and welcome to Pioneer Web TV News. I'm Allison R. Moore.
And I'm Chris McBride. Today we will continue our coverage of current events and issues affecting the Cal State University East Bay campus. First up, let's take a look at our top stories.
Tactical teams performed 48-hour Urban Shield exercises last weekend, which involved a mock terrorist takeover at CSU East Bay. Emergency teams and military units performed a mock ambush of Warren Hall in order to rescue hostages and apprehend suspects after small explosives were set off. The exercise featured dummies and real people playing the role of hostages and suspects. Pioneer Web TV News reporter Dauda Zaleh covered the story.
This is not in Hollywood. This is here at Cal State East Bay Warren Hall. Warren Hall was chosen among 36 other locations throughout Alameda County for this year's Urban Shield training with special weapons and tactical teams from October 15 to 17.
What's going on here at our Warren Hall at Cal State East Bay is a simulated mass casualty incident in which there are 3 terrorists that have taken over an office building and taken hostages. One of the terrorists has an explosive suicide vest on. Unfortunately, during the negotiations, things go badly and the terrorist sets off the explosive device, blowing a hole in the wall and setting off a reaction by the other 2 terrorists to start killing the other remaining hostages inside the first floor here. That signals the SWAT team, who's already repelled 6 floors down to this level, to make entry through the window and to neutralize the threats and control the situation to a point where emergency medical services could come in and start their triage and treatment of all the injured.
The scenarios that took place here were described as hyper-realistic, with explosive sounds, simulated blast injuries, simulated gunfire, and Hollywood-level victim makeup. In addition to emergency medical services, special makeup artists were here throughout the weekend to give a realistic Hollywood look to the exercise.
We create moulage, which is called moulage, special effects makeup for scenarios such as this, for tragedy situations, mass tragedy situations, tactical situations.
Most of the victims in this scenario are volunteers who believe Urban Shield can help prepare for a terrorist attack.
I think the training's really good. It's hyper-realistic. It's hard to prepare for something like this, and you kind of react on the spot. Depending on the situation, you may have to be more aggressive. Think it out as you're doing it. I think it's as close as you're going to get to the real thing.
Everybody did an awesome job. That's a wrap. All right.
Reporting for Pioneer Web TV, this has been Dauda Zaleh.
Thanks, Dauda. Urban Shield is the largest tactical operation in the country. Urban Shield offers law enforcement teams the experience needed to handle emergencies and potential threats on a large scale.
The 23rd Annual Fall Alfresco Festival saw a major turnout last week as students, faculty, and staff members came together to enjoy free food, games, and soulful music. This year's Alfresco featured new venues ranging from the University Bookstore lawn to the Recreation and Wellness Center. Pioneer Web TV News reporter Curtis Perry has more on the event.
I'm here in front of Meiklejohn Hall, where Alfresco, Cal State East Bay's Welcome Back Festival is getting into gear. Let's check out what all the hype is about. On Wednesday, October 12th, students, staff, and faculty enjoy an afternoon of free food and fun at the 23rd Annual Alfresco Festival held on the Cal State University campus. In addition to the games and live music, dozens of clubs and campus organizations were also on hand to represent the rich and diverse student culture that Cal State East Bay has to offer. Everyone from event managers to the student body had a hand in bringing Al Fresco to Cal State East Bay.
One of the things I love about this is that it's a way for students, not just new students and transfers, to kind of really get a feel of what the university's about the live community here, about all the different clubs and activities they can do.
Students and faculty enjoyed live performances at Agora Stage. This year, the crowd was entertained by students who created original and unique performances. Al Fresco showcased the leadership and creativity of Cal State University East Bay students.
So what I like about this little festival here is that I get a lot of new information about the college and the campus that I didn't have before.
What I like most about Al Fresco is the food, the entertainment, and the good company.
Al Fresco brought a real sense of community to Cal State East Bay students. Everyone agrees that it was a huge success. We've had students, teachers, and volunteers collaborate to bring us the 23rd installment of the Al Fresco Festival. For Pioneer Web TV, this is Curtis Perry. Now back to you guys.
Thank you, Curtis. Al Fresco is a collaborative event put together by ASI and the Student Life and Leadership Program here on campus. The event is organized to welcome new incoming East Bay students every year. Up next, we'll take a look at CSU East Bay's cross-country team and their new head coach.
We also have the lineup for upcoming events in East Bay's theater, dance, and music departments. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Pioneer Web TV News. The Cal State East Bay cross-country team hit the ground running last weekend in Santa Clara. In their first season under the new head coach, Ralph Jones, the Pioneers have improved their personal records and their overall statistics. Pioneer Web TV News reporter Amanda Zepeda has the story.
Here we are at the Santa Clara Invitational, where the Cal State East Bay cross-country team is facing off against more than 40 universities across the country. Here we have coach of the Cal State East Bay cross-country team, Coach Ralph Jones. Coach, after today's meet, what are your thoughts?
After today's meet, I think that it was a great learning experience for us. We didn't have the performances I was hoping for or expecting based off of the ladies' practices, but at a meet like this, big invitational, it gives us an opportunity to really work on some things. And today, you know, they just went out a little too fast, didn't stick to the strategy, but it's a great learning experience, and it's better to happen this week than next week at conference.
You guys just got done racing in the Santa Clara Invitational. What are your thoughts on how you guys performed today?
As a team, we did really good. We are getting closer to one another. Our first and fourth and fifth girl are finally, like, we're getting in a pack where we can see each other in a race. Before, where it was just first and second girl, and then the rest just 30 to a minute behind. So we're getting closer, and you know, the race was tough. We had a lot of people out there, good schools, but overall I think our team did really good with the teamwork, and we're only improving. We were hoping to get maybe second place, we got fifth as a team, so I think that's pretty good, and we're not giving up. We're keeping in mind our championships next weekend.
Here we have Joel Becker Jr. and cross-country runner for the Pioneers. Joel, what are your thoughts after today's meet?
You know, cross-country is just a bunch of, races, peaks and valleys in the season. Definitely going down a little bit, but, it's a first year, just overall training, and just got to keep a head up and just look forward to next week where it's championships, where the race actually counts. So.
What do you feel about your performance and your team's performance here today at Santa Clara?
As a team, we all know there's only 5 guys, so we all got to be on top of each other and just do our job. We first 3 did our job, and then just I got to pick it up. Like last couple guys, we just got to make sure we run our race and do our job.
Reporting for Pioneer Web TV, I'm Amanda Cepeda. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Amanda. The Cal State East Bay cross-country team will compete in the CCAA Championships in Sonoma this weekend.
Cal State East Bay's Theater and Dance Department held auditions last month in hopes of finding a strong cast of students for this year's lineup of production. The Laramie Project, ICE, and That's Life, That's Love, That's Broadway are the first pair of shows to premiere this school year. After announcing those who made the cut, rehearsal dates were set with directors and students ready to get down to business. Pioneer Web TV News reporter Anthony Johnson has the story.
Student actors are currently spending hours a day rehearsing over lines, getting acquainted with their props, putting their text to action, and connecting with those they share scenes with. Rehearsals for theater start off at 2 to 3 rehearsals a week, and as opening night gets closer and closer, more rehearsals are usually called and actors are expected to have memorized all their lines.
The original musical review that we're doing in December, which is a musical review that I put together with a student, Sierra D. That musical review is called That's Life, That's Love, That's Broadway. And that only runs, it opens the 8th, but it only runs for 4 performances.
My name is Nina Haft, and I'm on faculty in the Department of Theater and Dance. I direct the Cal State East Bay Dance Ensembles, which are the dance company and the dance touring company. And we have a really exciting new year full of performances and events happening. We just finished our general auditions and placed people in different ensembles, and we're already getting ready to perform at Preview Day for prospective students. We have a big show at the beginning of December called ICE, where students of all levels and all styles show what they're doing in classes, and that's the first place that our dance majors will be showing previews of their senior projects in dance, and we've got a terrific group of students who are doing that. In the winter quarter, we'll be going to the American College Dance Festival in Modesto, California, and the touring company will be making its San Francisco premiere at ODC Theater also in March. And then we round up the year with senior projects in dance at the Performance Fusion Festival, which will be the first 2 weekends in June. So our dancers are already dancing up a storm, they're choreographing, they're taking technique class, they're rehearsing, they're learning how to keep their bodies healthy and strong, and they're just allowing their creativity to blossom.
To find out more about all of this excitement going on with the Department of Theater and Dance, contact them at 510-885-3118.
Thanks, Anthony. The Laramie Project will premiere this coming November, while ICE and That's Life, That's Love, That's Broadway kicks off in December. For information regarding dates, times, and admission fees, call 510-885-3118.
For the past few quarters, East Bay students have faced increasing difficulty navigating their way to campus because of higher than usual traffic delays caused by road construction on Mission Boulevard. Pioneer Web TV News reporter Sherlyn Santos has more on the story.
I'm on the corner here of Mission and Carlos B. Boulevard, where construction has been going on since July 2010. The construction is to reconstruct Route 238 to relieve congestion, but for Cal State East Bay students, it has only caused delay.
Yeah, I feel like the Mission Boulevard traffic is excessive, especially when it's supposed to help people get to school faster. I live in Hayward, and usually it takes me, well, before the construction, it took me about a good 10 minutes to get to school. No problem. Wake up, go straight to school. Now I have to wake up an extra 15 minutes earlier. I gotta leave earlier, and sometimes if there's really a lot of traffic, I have to resort to cutting people off, and I don't want to do that.
This improvement project is not only to relieve congestion, but for the past 2 weeks they have also been installing a new water line from D Street to Mission Boulevard during the times of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. when students arrive to school and leave from school. Some CSU East Bay students have even resulted in taking other means of transportation.
Basically, I take BART and then the bus because the construction on Mission Boulevard is just atrocious. It's very bad. I tried to drive last year and I just couldn't get through half of the time, and it took forever just to get down it. So right now I'm having to take BART and the bus.
Although it is a pain to most students, others think it will help.
The construction thing that's going on right now is helping to make traffic, more less traffic, and I think that's really helping reduce traffic, and you know what they're doing is good, so yeah. But yeah, I drive to school, and it takes on that light right here on Mission, like it'd be a long line of cars, and you queue there for like at least like 7 to 10 minutes just to come to school.
Although the construction has caused delay, Cal State East Bay students only have 1 year left of the construction. I'm Sherlyn Santos signing off for Pioneer Web TV.
Thank you, Sherlyn. Everyone heading to Cal State East Bay should factor in delays and plan ahead by leaving early to allow extra time to arrive on campus. Students and faculty should remember they face less traffic and fewer delays by taking 2nd Street to Campus Drive as an alternate route to CSUEB. If you do get stuck in traffic, remember to stay cool. It's better to be late and safe than get into an accident. That wraps up this edition of Pioneer Web TV News for Fall Quarter 2011. I'm Allison R. Moore.
And I'm Chris McBride. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week.